Alright guys, we have a very fun video today. I finished my movie collection video. I had such a blast doing that, and I thank you guys so much if you watched that. I really appreciate it. I said this before, but I really was expecting to get like literally 2 views on this thing. So the fact that even, a third or half of you guys watched that, I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. This is actually my first video recording after becoming a father, so I want to thank you guys for the kind words and the compliments. I'm going to try to be as consistent as I can, but of course, with my new child, I have to prioritize things. So I appreciate your guys' respect and I appreciate your guys' patience. And I want to I need to feed the streets. I know that, but there's a time and place. But we're going to try to be consistent. Now, today, because, it's only been like 3 or 4 days since I've become a father, I want to just kind of chill. I'm not going to spend a ton of time reading Gebser and I don't have the time for that. So we're going to start going through my record collection because I love me some art. Now, again, this is just fun. These are just nice, cozy videos. Hopefully, you guys can get put onto some good music. You guys, now that you've seen my taste, you can recommend to me some good stuff. And I would love that. I always go through music ruts. So what I do is I have a phase. I go through phases. So let's take it for like Nirvana. I'll listen to Nirvana for a month or two, and then I just kind of stop and I move on to something else. So right now I'm in a rut. So I need you guys to recommend some stuff. But I don't want this to be too long. I do have a plan for this series. I have two genres of music that I appreciate. We have rap and we have non-rap. Non-rap, which we're going to start with, and there's a reason for that, can span anything. It could be rock, all the different forms, hardcore punk, grunge, classic rock, 70s, 80s stuff, all this stuff. Singer-songwriter, it could be country, it could be anything. It could be anything. Anything outside of rap. You're not going to see a ton of electro stuff, but anything outside of rap. Then, of course, rap is just, that. Why am I doing non-rap first? Some of you, I'm willing to bet, don't think rap is music, or you think even if it is, it's just the worst thing ever. I understand why you believe that. If all I listened to was the trash on the top 40 charts, I would have this exact same opinion. Nonetheless, there is an amazing, amazing rap out there. It's so great, and I feel like my life would be lesser without it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how good a taste I have in non-rap, and you're going to think, wow, he's got like the greatest taste in the history of human being. He's actually the best looking human being ever. Thank you guys, I appreciate that. Why do you think I had just had a kid? I wonder if he carries that amazing taste over to rap. Let me check out some of that stuff. Let me just say this. I have put on probably 6 or 7 people onto rap that preemptively told me they would never listen to rap. They would just simply not do it. They didn't think it was music. They thought it was trash. They thought it was awful. I didn't even attempt to put them on. I just had it on in the background and they were listening. Like my old buddy, my old college roommate, Jared, God bless him, good dude. He liked non-rap, as I like to say. And I would play some stuff in the background just because it was my time to have aux. And I remember one day he was doing work and he just looks at me and he goes, "Hey, what was that song you were playing earlier?" I was like, "Oh, You" by Kendrick Lamar. He goes, "Yeah, that was a good one. Can you send me that?" Within 2 hours, I had sent him a playlist of about 100 songs, okay? And all of a sudden, he became a rap fan. My ex became a rap fan. She didn't listen to any rap. All my buddies from high school, "Oh, rap songs, oh, you like that crap?" All of a sudden, they're listening to Pusha T and Benny the Butcher. Just give it a shot. You have to look for it. You have to search for it. And at the end of this non-rap section, I'm going to end with the newer bands because there are new bands out there that are very good. Again, you have to search for them. When people say rock sucks and there's no good rock bands, they're wrong. I understand where you come from. I understand where you're coming from. When people say rap sucks, there's nothing good. I understand where you're coming from, but you're wrong. Okay, that's enough of a disclaimer. Let's get right into it. First one, Nirvana. Never mind. You'll have to excuse me if I look on the back for song titles. I struggle sometimes with song titles, but this, I mean, what's there to say about this album that hasn't been said that much? Smells Like Teen Spirit's great. I love Polly. My favorite song, it was one of my absolute favorite Nirvana songs ever. It's actually Territorial Pissings. Whew, that song goes hard. And when he screams at the end, "Gotta get away." I love it. I love On a Plane. I love Something in the Way. Lounge Act is one of my favorite songs. Please check out Nirvana. Everyone that kind of knows, I don't want to say too much about this because everyone loves it. I think Nirvana can be slightly overrated. This isn't to say that they're bad. some of you guys say they're the best band of all time. I don't know if I'd go that far, but this really is a great album. Please check this out if you're into rock. It's a little angsty, but Kurt Cobain is a little cringe when you watch his interviews, because when you listen to his music, you're like, oh, this guy's clearly very talented, and he writes well. But when you listen to him in interviews, you're like, oh, you're just like a pseudo intellectual 14-year-old who just says artists are not good at giving political opinions. They're just not good at thinking rationally. And when it's time to think rationally, we should think rationally. So they struggle, and Kurt Cobain falls into that. But we're going to get to his next album, In Utero. This is a great one. Which one do I like more? Probably Nevermind. But I understand why people would say this one. This is good. I love the song Frances Farmer Will Have Her Revenge on Seattle. Some people like to say it's the worst song on this album. I strongly disagree. Scentless Apprentice is great. It's super just, what am I listening to? Heart Shaped Box, Area 8, Pennyroyal Tea, and I love All Apologies. Now, this album is cool because, of course, this album became one of the best-selling records of all time, and it shot Nirvana to the stratosphere when it came out. But Nirvana, like all these kind of great bands, like they kind of, oh, I'm not gonna fit into your mainstream box, man. You can't. I'm an artist. You can't box me in. So what he did here is he just made the least likely radio-friendly songs, and it's ironic because the people loved him so much that they still played him anyways. Great album, great band. 90s had some good stuff. All right, next up, The Clash. Only by the River. London Calling is an amazing song. This album is incredible. I think, again, you're going to hear me saying overrated a lot. Overrated does not mean bad. Overrated just means you guys hype these guys up way too much. London Calling is amazing. Brand New Cadillac is awesome. I love Jimmy Jazz. Hateful's great. What else? There's other ones. Where's some of the other ones? Yeah, Revolution Rock is really good. I like Four Horsemen as well, but they're not the best punk band of all time. We'll get to the best punk band of all time, in my personal opinion, even though that's not saying much because I don't like punk too much. I hate pop punk. At the risk of sounding like a cringe hipster, that seems like an oxymoron to me. That's cringe. I don't like that stuff. But this is good. I like The Clash. They're not the best punk band of all time, but this really is a great album. And I put my mom onto this. She had heard of The Clash before. And my mom loves 70s music. She has a bias towards, because that's when she grew up. And quite frankly, the 70s has awesome music. So I was like, you need to check this album out. Like, it's 70s. And sure enough, next thing you know, I hear London Calling being played from her car. There you go. Now, of course, we're not going to stop there with The Clash. We have Combat Rock. I definitely prefer London Calling. This is a good album. I love the song Adam Tan. Oh, he's got an even Adam Tan. The British accents on this are very strong. And good movie. Or good record, excuse me. It's not like amazing. I think, again, it's a little overhyped, but it is good. I prefer London Calling. Definitely check out The Clash. They kick ass. All right, next up, we're sticking with the punk. Minor Threat. Also, this isn't genres. It's non-rap and then rap. We'll get to rap later on. Minor Threat. This is Ian MacKaye, I believe is his name. Ian MacKaye is the lead singer of Fugazi. And he kind of was the frontman of Fugazi. So if you like Fugazi, well, they have some great albums. Repeater is awesome, and Waiting Room, that's a great song. You probably like this band. Now, this is cool because I think I'm almost 99% sure Ian MacKaye was the first one to start straight edge punk, which means a rejection of alcohol and drugs, which is kind of cool in a sense. But this is good. I love the song Straight Edge and the actual song Minor Threat. Those are my favorite Minor Threat. I love those songs so much. And the great thing about this album is if you listen to it in its entirety, it takes about 25 minutes out of your day. Listen to the song Straight Edge and the title track Minor Threat. Those songs, those are great. I enjoy this album a lot. All right, this next one you gotta have. Very, very rarely will you see me get a greatest hits album. The only reason here's another thing. I should have mentioned this earlier. I'm not a completionist, just like I said in my movie collection video, and records cost more money than movies. So if I only like one song on a record, I'm not buying that record. It's just not going to happen because it's just not worth the money. I'm not spending $30 on one song just so I can listen to it. It's just dumb, especially now that I have a kid. But some of these bands and artists, they have like 20-year careers and they have 40 albums and all their hits are on different albums. I'm not buying 10 different Queen albums. I'm just going to buy the greatest hits. Everyone loves Queen. It's kind of become cool to hate on Queen. I remember my old friend, we're not friends anymore, but he said that Return of the Mac It's the return of the Mac. I like that song. I think it's a good song. He said it was better than Bohemian Rhapsody. Now, I think Bohemian Rhapsody is a little overplayed. It's like, okay, every time I walk into a Walmart, you hear it. I got it. It is not better than Queen. I mean, let's not kid ourselves. I think he was just trying to get under my skin. So many great songs on here. Like I said, Bohemian Rhapsody, Another One Bites the Dust. I love Fat Bottom Girls. Don't Stop Me Now. I got that from Shaun of the Dead, Edgar Wright. That's one of my favorite Queen songs ever. It's such a stop me now. Freddie Mercury, and from in my view, is the greatest frontman in the history of rock and roll. That's my personal opinion. Queen is not my favorite band of all time, but man, you just cannot get better than Freddie Mercury in terms of talent, in terms of stage presence, in terms of just being iconic. Everyone loves this. Somebody Love is great. My mom used to play Queen for me all the time when I was a kid, and thank God she did. Actually, I won't tell that story. Never mind. All right, next up, Fleetwood Mac, Rumors. This is another one. Gotta have this. Oh, what songs are on here? Dreams is great. Never Go Back Again. I put my mom onto that song. I was surprised she hadn't heard that. Go Your Own Way. I love that song. I love that song. You can go your own way. And I also love The Chain. I should check Fleetwood Mac out a little more. People really love Fleetwood Mac, and I do, obviously. I like them enough to own this record, but I should listen to this a little more. Stevie Nicks is very, very talented. This next one was given to me, actually. It's the Eagles. This is, yeah, the greatest hits. So my buddy Corey actually gave this to me for my birthday, which is very kind of him. He knew I had a record collection. And I like the Eagles. I like, the hits. I like Hotel California. Life of Illusion, I know that's Joe Walsh individual, but that's a good song. Yeah, there's some good songs. So shout out to my buddy Corey. I won't pretend I know the Eagles super well. Ooh, this next one is interesting. Green Day's Dookie. Pretty terrible name for an album. I hate saying the name for this album, but it is a good album. I don't love Green Day. I don't love this kind of pop punky stuff, even though this is less pop punk than like American Idiot. Well, there's some good songs here. I love what's Longview. Longview might be my favorite Green Day song. I love that song to death. I think it's so great. When I Come Around is awesome. This is, in my opinion, easily Green Day's best album. I remember when I was young. Uh, my parents aren't super Christian, but I had a neighbor who were family friends, and they were. So they would always rip on me if I would listen to American Idiot or anything because they said it was like against Christianity or against Bush. They're good people, don't get me wrong. But I always thought it was kind of taboo to listen to Green Day, but then I got older. I was like, this isn't even revolutionary at all. This next one was also given to me. It was Traded. Stone Roses. This is a good record. I think I listened to it once when I got it, and I was like, that was good. And I never listened to it again. But what's the one song I like? What is the one song I like? I think it's The Hardest Thing in the World. I believe that's what it is. But this is almost like a softer Beatles-esque kind of sensitive stuff, I think, if I remembered it. I apologize, but I don't remember too much from this. But shout out to my buddy Todd. He gave me this. I still have it, and I will be listening to it soon. If you guys know this album and you think there are good songs on it, let me know. Next up, gotta have Appetite of Destruction, Guns N' Roses. Now, this is my dad's kind of music. My mom was into 60s, 70s stuff. My dad was into 80s hair band stuff and 90s. Now, me personally, I'm not the biggest fan of that stuff. I don't like Poison. I don't like Whitesnake. I don't like any of those guys. But if it hits, it hits. Motley Crue, bangs. At least they're hits. Guns N' Roses, bangs. AC/DC, bangs. What's not to like about this album? Axl Rose does a great job. Slash, I mean, talk about killing it. My lord. And even, this album is good because you've heard it probably 30 times a day for your entire life, and yet it doesn't really get that old. Sweet Child of Mine never gets old to me. Do 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 do. It just doesn't. It just doesn't. Welcome to the Jungle is amazing. I won't pretend I'm super familiar with their non-hits, but I mean, again, if you're going with 80s hair band, you simply must have this album. That's how you know it's good, because I don't like that stuff. I do like this. I mean, everyone loves Guns N' Roses. Next up, Amy Winehouse, Back to Black. Yes, Amy Winehouse is so, so, so talented. I am so upset that she passed away. I feel so bad that she was unfortunately not able to overcome her demons. My mother put me onto Amy Winehouse, and she is just the best. I love that she has a real respect for jazz, and it's not, I'm just going to exploit this for the top 40 charts. That's not what this is. Amy Winehouse, you can tell she knows jazz and she knows it very well. She knows all the artists and she knows how it works. And she killed it on this album. Now, unfortunately, this album, I believe, yes, it does not have my favorite Amy Winehouse song of all time, which of course is Valerie. If you have not heard Valerie by Amy Winehouse, you must listen to it. It is such a beautiful song. I listen to it all the time. I remember I listened to it when I was in college, back in like 2016. And back then, everything was Lil Uzi Vert, it was Young Thug, it was just these really trash, terrible trap rappers. And I always, everyone kept accusing me of being a hipster because I'd play all these guys that weren't that. And they're like, you just want to be different. No, the music you listen to sucks. It's terrible. I can't even tell it apart. Anyways, I would play Valerie, and my little girlfriend, not my girlfriend, but my friends who are girls, even they were like, can you play that song again? That was really good. I was like, yes. Rehab, obviously, is a banger. Just one of the best pop songs of the 2000s. You Know I'm No Good is amazing. Back to Black is amazing. Love is a Losing Game is amazing. Please, please check out Amy Winehouse. She is just so talented. Love it. Next up, a very overrated band, especially when you go to England. Now, I am a Manchester City fan. That's a soccer club. And the founders of this band, or the main figures, were born in Manchester. So if I'm talking soccer with any Man City fans, and then for whatever reason, 3% of the time we talk about something else like music, they will go on and on about this band being the greatest band of all time, and they are not. Oasis, they are good. They are not incredible. Actually, I was gonna save my Beatles rant for a little, but we'll do it now. They're not even better than the Beatles, and the Beatles are perhaps the most overrated band of all time. I was listening to what was it? Abbey Road and Revolver last night because I always, everyone obviously loves the Beatles, and I want to love good music. So once a year, I always give it another shot. I think maybe now with new experiences and a new way, I don't know. I check out their albums, and every single time I just think, this is good. Not great, let alone amazing, let alone the best band of all time. I just cannot. I can name three contemporaries that are better than them. Velvet Underground, the Rolling Stones, and the Kinks are all better than the Beatles, let alone all these other bands that came out after. The Beatles are the most overrated band of all time. I'm expecting pushback on this. That's fine. If you only listen to the radio, at the risk of sounding a little arrogant, I could kind of understand why you thought the Beatles were the best. They are not. And this band is kind of a ripoff of them to an extent. To an extent. But this is a good album. There's a lot of great songs. Hello is really great. Roll with It's good. Wonderwall is definitely overrated. It's not that great. Don't Look Back in Anger. I love the song Hey Now. Hey Now it might be my favorite on this album besides Champagne Supernova. I know it's easy to mock, but I do love that song when it builds on something something by me company landslide. Is that what it is? Gallagher's are good. Overrated. Worthy of owning, worthy of putting in the collection. Let's slow down a little bit about the best band of all time. Now we're going to stay in Britain. Arctic Monkeys. This is the only Arctic Monkeys album I like, but it is good. The song Fake Tales of San Francisco. Yes. Fake Tales of San Francisco is easily my favorite Arctic Monkeys song. It's one of my favorite rock songs ever. I absolutely love it. View from the Afternoon is great. Everyone loves I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor. Marty Baum is really amazing. This is a good album. Where they've gone since this album, I think their next album was pretty decent. I think that was what, Fluorescent Adolescent. That's an okay song. Their newer stuff now is just a little like, okay, it's just soft and it's very radio friendly and it's just not like this. But definitely go check this out if you're into. I don't know if you would call this alternative rock, but if you're trying to get into white people music and getting into rock, this isn't a bad place to start. Listen to the first three songs on this, and maybe Marty Baum after that. You'll be good. This is a good album for sure. Oh, this next one is amazing. One of the most underrated and best 70s albums ever. This is one of the very few albums that truly, from front to back, has no skips. There's not a single bad song on this album. There are some songs that are better than others, but there's no bad songs on this album. that would be television's Marquee Moon. Yes, please, please, please listen to this album. See No Evil is amazing. My two favorite songs are Friction. You cannot listen to the riffs on that song and not just be like, ooh, start head bopping. Okay, this is good stuff. Marquee Moon is one of my favorite rock songs ever. It's long. It's just like Friction, has amazing riffs, has great lyrics, I think. I think the vocals by Richard Hell, I would get a little nervous. Sometimes they can be hit or miss. I understand why someone wouldn't like them. Guiding Light is an amazing song. I love Prove It. This is just such a great album. Please listen to this album. If you're into classic rock, you must check out this album. This album is so, so, so good. And it makes you kind of look like a cool hipster. But yeah, this is fronted by Richard Hell, and he would, of course, go on to do Richard Hell and the Voidoids, who are also released a great album. But again, listen to the songs Friction and Marquee Moon, and then maybe Guiding Light. Guiding Light is a really beautiful song, but Friction and Marquee Moon are like upbeat rock songs where you cannot listen to this album and tell me that the Red Hot Chili Peppers did not also like this album. The riffs on Marquee Moon and Friction are very, you could tell, like, oh, okay, so Anthony Kiedis was a big fan of you guys. That's not a bad thing. That's everything. All right. This next one is from a band that I truly think is over. I don't even know why I have this. Someone must have given this to me because I don't even really like this album that much. But it's Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. I understand everyone loves Pink Floyd. Look, I'm not here to satisfy everyone, all right? I like the song Money. That's about it. I don't do acid and shrooms, man, and all that crap and open your mind. Yeah, we got it, dude. Yeah, we got it. You're very psychedelic. I just think I just don't get it. I just don't get it why people say Pink Floyd is so great. Ironically, the other day I downloaded what this was. There was a song I ended up liking. In the Flesh from The Wall. That was a good song. I like that one, but this Pink Floyd, I can't tell if it's the music, their fans, or both, but I just don't get it. I don't get it. Next up, the album that really got punk rock going. It's not the best punk rock album, but it really got it started. Sex Pistols. Never mind the Bollocks. You got to have this if you're into punk at all, which I kind of am. I like punk. Excuse me. Now, punk can be hit or miss. The whole point of punk is less technical skill or talent and raw energy and a sort of anti-authority attitude. And that's what these guys have. Johnny Rotten, Sid Vicious. I love Sid Vicious. I think he's hilarious. I like Johnny Rotten a lot. If you go and watch YouTube music videos or live performances of the Sex Pistols, you will see, remember what I said about technical excellence not being the main thing? You'll see Sid Vicious just stop playing bass as if he could play at all. Everyone used to just say, like, yes, Sid is the worst bass player in the history of music, and he would tell you that himself. And he's just posing like he's David Bowie. Yeah, it's like, are you supposed to be playing a song? But okay. There's so many great songs on this. God Save the Queen, Problems, Bodies, and my personal favorite, Anarchy in the UK. Please, if you want to get into punk, this is a really good place to start. This is how I got into punk. I listened to this. I was like, okay, it's certainly not Jimi Hendrix in terms of guitar work or anything, but it is very good. It is. I like the energy to it a lot. All right, let me pull up my new stack here. Okay, so this is another, I believe, this has got to be a greatest hits. Yeah, Elton John. Everyone loves Elton John. Elton John's the man. There's so many great songs on this. Your Song is one of my favorite slow kind of love songs ever. Just such a great song. I love that song. Tiny Dancer's good. Rocket Man's good. Crocodile Rock. I'm a little ashamed how long I went not knowing that song. I went like 24, 25 years without knowing that song. That song's like one of the best ever. I love that song. Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting. What an amazing song. What an incredible, incredible song. Just upbeat, great instrumentation, great lyrics, and it just makes you feel good. It makes you want to go out and love life. I love Saturday Night is All Right for Fighting. I need to listen to that more. And then what else do they have? Don't Go Breaking My Heart is very good. Yeah, there's some good stuff. Yeah, Elton John is the man. I love Elton John. I wish we had like an Elton John today. That would be so nice if we had someone with some talent. Now this album I think is very good. I'm not quite on. I don't love it quite as much as you hipsters do. You hipsters call this like the greatest album of all time. I think that's a bit of a stretch. Pet Sounds. This is a good album. I love the song "Wouldn't It Be Nice." I know it's a hit and everyone knows, but oh, I love that song so much. So good. And then of course, God Only Knows, one of my absolute favorite love songs ever. It's a beautiful, beautiful love song. I love God Only Knows. This is a good album. It's a little catnip for hipsters. I hate to say it. You should watch the movie Love and Mercy about Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. This is easily the best musical biopic ever. It's not even close. Great album. Check this out. Even if only once, so you can pimp it out to the hipster girl at the bar you're trying to take home with you. This next one's good. Miss Fiona Apple. I really hate this album cover. Look at this. What? What are you doing? This is terrible. Anyways, Fiona Apple, every time her name comes into my mind, the word talent just starts blinking in red. Just talent. She this might be a dumb statement, but she almost reminds me of like a female counterpart to Elliott Smith. Just singer-songwriter, very talented, going through a lot in their lives and they write about it. I always kind of relate them together. I don't know why, but there's a lot of great songs on this. Sleep to Dream, Shadow Boxer, Never is a Promise is a heartbreaking. It's a very slow song. It's a heartbreaking song. Carry On is a great song as well. Carrion. Like I said, Shadow Boxer, and my personal favorite, one of the absolute best pop songs of the 90s, the song Criminal. Criminal is one of my absolute favorite songs. I love literally everything about it. I love the instrumentation. I love Fiona's voice. Her writing is amazing. By the way, Fiona is one of the best writers in the past 60 years. Just very poetic, very beautiful, very profound, very poignant. She knows what she's doing. I think Kanye West, I can't remember if he said in an interview on one of his songs, but back in the day when he was in his late registration days, he said, like, he asked Fiona, how do you write like that? How do you, this is a rapper. A rapper, all they do is focus on the words, right? Maybe the beat, but that's the producer's job. Fiona, she's not just focusing on the words, she's focusing on the words, the vocals, and the instrumentation which she plays. So all of that, and she still writes so well. This album is awesome, one of the best of the 90s. Again, please listen to the song Criminal. I love that song so much. It's one of my favorite. I just love it. And we're going to stick with Fiona. Fetch the Bolt Cutters. Don't love this album. It's definitely not. What is this? Oh, is it Title? Is that what it's called? Yeah. I prefer the other one, but this is good. The song I Want You to Love Me, the opening song on this album, is one of my absolute favorite songs ever. It's just such a great song. I love that song so much. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. And Fiona just has a way of hitting you in the soul, making you feel. And she's so talented. And all of her albums are good. Some might be better than others, but they're all good. This is also kind of a dark album. It talks about abuse. Fiona went through a lot of crap in her life. She was abused by a lot of men, and she writes about it. She writes very poetically and beautiful about it. Check this out. I would check this out first. This is like a young Fiona. This was also, by the way, I forgot to mention this. She was like 17 when she made this. She was like 18, like just an unreal prodigy level of talent. I don't understand why Fiona doesn't get more praise. Everyone who listens to her likes her, but not everyone knows she exists. So definitely check those two albums out. They are awesome. Ooh, we're getting a personal favorite up next, boys. We're getting a good section up next. This, not only is it one of my favorite albums of all time, just to listen to, it is one of the best sounding records to listen to on my record player in terms of pure, just the sonic aspect of it. That is Lou Reed's Transformer. I adore this album. I think every single song except for Makeup. Makeup is the only one that I didn't love. When I first discovered this album, I just was obsessed. I was obsessed. Vicious is an amazing opener. Andy's Chest, one of my favorite songs ever. I love that song. It's such a great instrumental, and the lyrics are super weird and offbeat. Perfect Day is good. I think you'll know the hits from this. Walk on the Wild Side. Hey, babe, take a walk on the wild side. That's on this. It's not one of my favorites on this. And then Perfect Day. Perfect Day is great. If you've seen the movie Trainspotting, that's a song that plays when Mark Rentboy overdoses. And they make a ton of references to Lou Reed in that movie. But this album is so good. People like to hate on Lou Reed. I kind of get it. He doesn't have an amazing voice. But if you're a fan of classic rock, this is where you want to go. If you want classic rock that's not kind of experimental like what we're about to get into, this is what you want. I'm just going to go through every song because I love every single song. Vicious, Andy's Chest, Perfect Day, Hangin' Round. Hangin' Round is a classic, beautiful classic rock song. I have yet to put, when some people come up to me and they're like, I'm a fan of classic rock, I say, you should listen to the song Hanging Round by Lou Reed. They're not going to do that. So I get my phone out and I get the speaker out and I say, listen to this song. And I play it. And at first they're like, oh, God, and then by the end they go, actually, can I download this? This is a really good song. You keep hanging around me. Not so glad you found me. I love, love, love the sound. Walk on the Wild Side is great. Makeup, nah. Satellite of Love. David Bowie's vocals at the end. I love it. My mother hates it, but I love it. Wagon Wheel, another amazing classic rock song. Come on, people. Wagon Wheel is great. New York Telephone Conversation. That one's a little different. I can understand why someone wouldn't like that, but I like that song. I'm So Free is just, again, so free. Do, do. So much of this I play when it's sunny outside and I'm just driving. Maybe I got an hour-long drive going to who knows where, but that's the thing. Actually, speaking of, a lot of the music I like and the music I listen to is directly dependent upon the weather outside. So if it's like it was today and it was 80 degrees and sunny and just this picturesque perfect day, I'm not going to be listening to Slint or Joy Division, my friend. Okay, that would be foolish. I'll be listening to this. Now, this album was when Lou Reed broke off from his previous band to go solo because his previous band, as amazing as they were, did not sell anything. And people kind of accuse Lou of selling out on this album. To a certain extent, he did. As far as selling out goes, this is easily the best I've ever heard someone sell. If this is what selling out is, all of you should sell out because I love that album so much. And speaking of his previous band, yes, 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 yes. Velvet Underground and Nico, I think it's just self-titled. I absolutely adore this movie or this record. I remember it took me a little bit to get used to. It's definitely weird, and there's a lot of diverse sounds and different stuff. But the fact that this came out in the 60s, if you listen to this and this came out in the 60s, man, this just must sound so much different than everything else at the time. There are so many amazing songs on this Sunday morning. I play it for my daughter. It's just a beautiful lullaby. I play it. She's only 3, 4 days old, and I play it for her. It's a beautiful lullaby. The song I'm Waiting for the Man is one of my absolute favorite songs ever. I love that song. I love the lyrics in that song. $26 in my hand. One of my favorite lines ever. He says, he's talking about meeting his heroin dealer, and he says, he's never early. He's always late. First thing you learn is that you always got to wait. Such a beautiful way of encapsulating a drug addict's problem. And of course, Lou Reed had problems with drugs, so it was very real. This album is so beautiful. Heroin, great song. I'll Be Your Mirror, great song. There She Goes Again, great song. One of my favorite songs of all time, Venus and Furs. Venus and Furs is insane, insane. Ooh, that song is crazy. Every time I hear that song, I'm like, I want to go to a strip club and I want to play this and just kind of sip my beer, just very, yeah, this is life. This is good stuff. You have to listen to Velvet Underground and Nico. It's kind of become cool to hate on them and so, oh, you were like, yeah, okay, they're infinitely better than the Beatles. They're better than any 60s band. You would not have alternative music without the Velvet Underground. They were the first kind of official alternative band. They didn't really care about mainstream success. They're very experimental in some of these parts. Black European Sun, I think it's called. It gets into some weird stuff. I don't love everything, but when it hits, it hits. Again, Heroin, Waiting for the Man, Sunday Morning, I'll Be Your Mirror. Nico's funny. What's a clon, by the way? Can any of you guys tell me what a clon is? Lou Reed is the man. So we're gonna stick. Why don't we just go in? I believe chronological order. I believe this album came next. This is White Light, White Heat, another Velvet Underground album. This is a good one. There She Comes Now is good. It almost sounds like a song about sex. I love Sister Ray. And I love Ladies Godiva Operation. Emphasis on Sister Ray. Sister Ray is one of the craziest songs I've ever heard. It's 17 minutes, and boy, is it experimental. Again, when you listen to this album, you cannot believe that it came out in the 60s. In the 60s. It sounds like it would come out in some weird 90s or even nowadays. It's a great album. Velvet Underground is a great band, and we're going to continue with them. Next up, the Velvet Underground self-titled, I believe it is. So many beautiful songs on this. So many beautiful songs on this. Candy Says it's just a beautiful. Also, another thing about the Velvet Underground. Velvet Underground was a big point in my music appreciation sort of journey because they helped me understand that quiet music, soft, sensitive music, can be good and can be profound, and not everything has to be, prostitute, all hail, or some crazy stuff. There's so many beautiful, small, just slow, kind, loving love songs, whether it be Candy Says, whether it be, of course, the most popular song on this album, Pale Blue Eyes. It's a beautiful song. I love that song. After Hours, listen to the last song. It's called After Hours. If it was released today, you'd be like, oh, a new 2025 song is out. No, I liked it. It sounds, I don't want to repeat myself too much, but truly ahead of their time. Beginning to See the Light, one of my favorite kind of just rock songs. And then, of course, the song What Goes On and the guitar solos at the end. It's just great. I love listening to the song What Goes On while I'm driving. Just what goes on in your mind. Beautiful album. And of course, that's the story of my life. It's a little slower. It's a little more low key, but some of the most beautiful love songs and just very quiet, sensitive stuff. I love this. Again, Velvet Underground helped me understand that quiet music can be good, which is great. Now we're going to talk about the next album, which is a little more controversial. Loaded. Now, excuse me. I will say, for a long time, this was actually my favorite Velvet Underground album. I don't know why. I think it's because it sounded more mainstream. The more I listen to their entire discography, I kind of understand why people think this is their worst. I get it. There are some misses on this, but for the most part, I think there's a pretty great songs on this album. I like Who Loves the Sun. I understand why people don't. I understand that some people don't, but I enjoyed it. I got it. Sweet Jane is an absolute classic. Shout out to my friend Dana. We talk about that song all the time. Sweet Jane is just it's I love that song. I love that song to death. It's the way it builds, the acoustic, the lyrics, the trumpets at the end. Oh, it's so good. It's such a classic. That's another one where you're driving, where it's just nice outside and you want to just listen to something great. Rock and Roll. Rock and Roll is another great song. Just a classic rock song. Upbeat, fun, great solos, great singing, great lyrics. Love it. New Age is a great song as well. New Age is a great song. And then we have I Found a Reason, which I'm pretty sure The Reason by Hoobastank just directly ripped off that song. If you like The Reason by Hoobastank, I don't know. That is a ripoff of a much better song 50 years ago or 40 years ago by the Velvet Underground. I Found a Reason is infinitely better than The Reason by Hoobastank, but they're very similar. And then, of course, my favorite, I believe, my favorite song on this album, it's either between that or Sweet Jane, but the final track on this album, Oh Sweet Nothing. What an epic song. What a just, excuse me. Thank goodness, what did I eat today? Beautiful song. I love that song to death. The song is just incredible. That song is so good. That song is great because you come home from the bar, from your friend's terrible party. You've had like 6 beers and you're adding to it, let's just say that, and you're having fun, and maybe it's 2 a.m., maybe you're alone, and you just sort of sit back and all the lights are out, and you throw Oh Sweet Nothing on, and you're just like, music is awesome. Life is awesome. The soul is awesome. Go listen to Oh Sweet Nothing. That's a great song. Now, we're getting to my favorite band of all time. Now, this does not necessarily mean they are the best band of all time, but they just hit my soul on a level that other bands kind of do. I mean, there's a ton of great music out there, but for whatever reason, I love this band so much. That is the Stooges. I love Iggy Pop. I love we'll get to his other work, but I love what he did with the Stooges. This is, I think, probably their worst album, but that is saying something, because this is a great album. This came out in the 60s. I want you to listen to the song I Want to Be Your Dog. And you can remind yourself, oh, these guys know what they're doing, and they're kind of ahead of their time, just like the Velvet Underground, and it makes sense because they were all best friends. Iggy Pop liked the Velvet Underground. At first, he hated him because the funny thing about the Velvet Underground is if you looked at a picture of them, or if you just kind of talk to them in person, they sound like they would make something like this, which is proto-punk, very kind of punky. But then they'll play Sunday Morning or I'll Be Your Mirror. They're playing like lullabies. And Iggy didn't like that at first, but then he grew to like it and he understood. He got it after a while. Iggy's definitely not as talented as those guys. Having said that, he more than compensates for that with just raw power, no pun intended, raw emotion, raw, just in your face. Yes, I love, love, love this album. No Fun is amazing. 1969 is amazing. Little Doll is amazing. Anne is a really weird song. Check that song out. It sounds incredible. When I first heard the song I Want to Be Your Dog, I listened to that like 20 times straight, 7 days in a row. I love the Stooges. I love Iggy Pop. Now, of course, if that's their worst album, we're going to get to their best. Maybe. That's up for debate. That depends on what day you catch me. Funhouse. In my opinion, for what this album is, it is perfect. I could not think of better dive bar music than this album. I think this is easily one of the greatest rock and roll albums ever, in my personal opinion. I know some people might raise their eyebrows at that. I don't care. The guitars on this are amazing. Iggy's passionate vocals and just eccentricity on this is amazing. The only thing about this album is the lyrics can be a little simple sometimes. It's almost to a fault. It can be a little frustrating, but besides that, this album is just so good. I love this album so much. I need to listen to it more, honestly. But Down on the Street is amazing. Talk about a great opener. Loose is just Loose. I love that song. Loose is amazing. Again, this is great dive bar music, but this is only a 7-track album. It's not particularly long. Some of the songs are 5-6 minutes, but they earn that 5-6 minute mark. Loose is amazing. TVI is amazing. Dirt might be the most technically impressive. It is an incredible song. 1970 is amazing. Funhouse and LA Blues. Every single song on this album is just top tier. Minimum 9 out of 10 for me personally. I love the Stooges. I love everything about them. This album is just incredible. Please check out this album. I would say start off with I Want to Be Your Dog, 1969, and maybe Not Right, and then go right into this album because this album is so good. Yeah, I think the Stooges are my favorite band of all time. Maybe not the most musically talented necessarily. They are the best. Also, if you are a fan of punk rock, you would not have punk rock without the Stooges for 2 reasons. One, this is kind of proto-punk. 2, the Sex Pistols, as I mentioned earlier, they were the kind of the first official punk band, at least the ones who brought punk to the world. They met each other, as far as I know, either at a Stooges concert or at school, and the only reason they talk to each other at all is because they both like the Stooges. So if you like punk, you would not have punk without Iggy Pop and the Stooges. Iggy Pop is the man. It is incredible that this man is still alive. This man shot more heroin and did more coke than. It's amazing that man's alive. Now, is that my favorite Stooges album? Like I said, that depends on the day, because then we got another banger. Oh. Raw Power, Iggy and the Stooges. Man, as amazing as Funhouse is, it really does depend on what mood you catch me in, because this album is just as good, if not better. It sounds a little different. It's still dive bar stuff. It's still hard rock. It sounds a little different. Search and Destroy, the opening on this album, is one of probably my top 3 rock songs of all time. I love the song Search and Destroy. It is so amazing. You hear it in movies a lot. It's just amazing. I love that song to death. And the fact that it came out in the 70s and 60s and had this much energy, this much bite. But there's so many other good songs on this album. Gimme Danger. What an amazing song. That's a song you listen to when you're riding on your motorcycle about to go kill the Mongrels or the Hells Angels or something. incredible song. And when it goes from acoustic to like hard rock riffs, beautiful. Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell, another balls to the wall banger of a rock song. Just boom, 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 just beating you. This album beats you over the head. And then when you say, all right, we're done. Okay, well, I'm not. Boom, boom, boom. We're just going to keep going. The only song I didn't love is the next one, Penetration. It gets a little weird. I don't love it. But Raw Power, another great song, another absolute iconic classic song. You must check out the Stooges. Then you have I Need Somebody, great riffs, kind of almost sludge metal, kind of like very good. Shake Appeal is really good too. It's almost like a if the Stooges did a dance song, but it's not like disco or anything. It still has that edge to it. Then of course we have the final song on the album. Excuse me, I just lost myself there. Death Trip. Death Trip is just incredible. It's incredible. I love that song. I love the Stooges more than anything. They are my favorite band of all time. I'm 99% sure. And please go check out the Stooges. I love them so much. And then, of course, because they all were heroin addicts and coke shooting fiends, that band broke up after those 3 classic albums that were super influential. Your favorite band's favorite band was the Stooges, so respect them. And then Iggy Pop went solo. Now, of course, Iggy Pop still had a drug problem, and as did David Bowie. And Iggy, David, and Lou Reed of the Velvet Underground were all best friends, so they all kind of worked together. And David got Iggy sober in rehab, and then helped Iggy create another album, Lust for Life. This album is incredible. Now, I will say, this is almost a David Bowie album without David Bowie. The instrumentals are David Bowie, and the vocals are very similar to David Bowie, I will say, but there are so many amazing songs on this album. It's really underrated. Really underrated. It's not as hard or as vicious as the Stooges, but it does compensate for just good songwriting and great riffs. And it's a little lighter, but that's not a bad thing. The song Lust for Life, if you want, watch the movie Trainspotting. It's the first song. It's the opening song in the movie. Listen to that. If you like the song Are You Gonna Be My Girl by Jet, listen to that song. Then you're going to listen to the song Lust for Life, and you're going to have your mind blown that Lust for Life was released 30 years before Are You Gonna Be My Girl? Because Are You Gonna Be My Girl is just a blatant ripoff. I have never seen a more obvious ripoff than Lust for Life. Lust for Life is one of the greatest, one of my favorite songs ever. I absolutely adore that song. It's amazing. But there are other ones on here that are great too. 16 is great. Some weird sin, that's what I want. Do, 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 do. The Passenger, I am the passenger. You probably heard that one on radio. That's a good one. Tonight is epic. It is epic, and it's such a great classic rock. This is a really great song. Again, if you're driving and it's nice and sunny, there's a lot of great classic rock songs on here. Neighborhood Thread is really good too. Please check out Lust for Life. It's. I was so happy when Iggy did a great, amazing album outside the Stooges because clearly he has talent, and this is just an amazing. Look at this face. Look at his face. This face wouldn't hurt a fly, wouldn't it? He's such a sweet boy. Love Iggy Pop. And we got my final Iggy Pop album, The Idiot. Night clubbing, we're night clubbing. Now this sounds more like Iggy on his heroin days. This is Lust for Life. This is Life Pole of the Soul. When I do my my favorite art of the Life Pole of the Soul, this will be on here. This I probably should have mentioned in my Death Pole of the Soul video. I'm ashamed I didn't actually. There's some kind of darker songs on here. And the song China Girl, beautiful. Nightclubbing and China Girl are must listens. You must listen to those albums. All right, we got the final one for this video. Sonic Youth. Actually, we're going to do one more after that. Sonic Youth. What is this one? Dirty. This is a great album. This is another Dive Bar album. This is another. I have a playlist for like it's probably not gonna be relevant now that I have a kid, but if I ever had a aux cord at a party and there were a bunch of white people, I'd be playing this album. This is really good. 100%. The opener is really great. Drunken Butterfly is really great. Sugarcane, really great. Orange Rolls, Angel Spit, really great. Sonic Youth is a cool band. I don't love everything they do. They can be a little weird. Excuse me. But when they hit, they hit. And this is a dirty album. This is a grunge album. If you like Nirvana, if you like that stuff, if you like this dirty, dark, grimy thing, this is pretty good. Like I said, 100% is really good. And I also like Sugarcane and Orange Rolls and Angel Spit. Those are really good songs. Now, this will be the last record for today. Sonic Youth Daydream Nation is another album. This one is less dive bar and a little more experimental rock, but there's some great songs on here. The opening, Teenage Riot, you must listen to that song. You must listen to that song. It always it's this perfect combination of like nostalgia and being futuristic at the same time. In many ways, it's very integral in that sense. It's integral in terms of time. This is a great album. Maybe not the best vocals. They do have that punk sort of aspect or aesthetic to it, but sorry, there's a lot of great songs on here, and I understand why they called themselves Sonic Youth because I'm sure at the time this sounded very fresh, very new, like a breath of fresh air, a shot in the arm to the music scene at the time, and they are a great band. So you got Teenage Riot, which is my favorite song on this album. It's amazing. Silver Rocket is a great song. My second favorite song is Cross the Breeze. When Kim Gordon steps in for the vocals, yes, I love the riffs on this song. Sounds like Black Sabbath. Yes. Eric Strip's pretty good. Total Trash. The opening, so Total Trash, excuse me, switches about 3-4 minutes in. The opening 3 to 4 minutes are one of my favorite songs ever. I love the guitar riffs, the riff on that song. The opening riffs on Total Trash are just so catchy. I love it, love it, love it. And then it gets super weird and it gets super experimental. It's cool. And then you have Candle. I love the song Candle, and I like A the Wonder. That's a great song as well. So we will end it there. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you guys found some cool music, and I hope you guys, now that you've seen my taste, maybe you can recommend some stuff. Now we're not there yet. This is going to be a 4, 5, 6 series, maybe even more than that. It's going to be just as long as my movies. So I appreciate you so much for sticking in and just kind of watching me talk about my favorite records. I know this isn't Gebser. I know this isn't rationalism. I apologize. I'm not getting rid of those. I'm just doing these in addition to those. And I love you guys. You guys are the best. I apologize if I kind of stumbled over my words. I'm running low on sleep here, so just be patient with me. I appreciate you guys. Like I said, let me know what your favorite bands are or your favorite artists are in the comments and we can talk about it. And I have a lot more music coming your way. So keep tuned. Thank you. And